Hi, I'll say this to you for free without mincing words. That is singular most important piece of information to come out of Peter and Paul P Square. Very highly underrated, heavily understated, and sadly overlooked is the fact that these guys are still making music that is trending 20 plus years after being in the business. Paul gave you this.
I'm blessed on my life.
And Peter gave you this.
I'm on your body, the fire. Can look away. Your body, the fire.
Now, don't forget that this is at the age of 44 each. They are going to be half a century old in another 5 years. And they are this active. Skyrocketing numbers on YouTube, heavy streaming, and enjoying mass appeal. Now, guess who else is also cleaning out when it comes to streaming and enjoying the proceeds of freshly made music? This guy.
Said you must be out your mother effing mind.
Yes, LD the Don. He was around in 1999. Remember, he gave you the group Tribesmen and later on gave you the Tribe. Speaking of the Tribe, while I was watching the World Cup the other time, I got a text message from someone from the Tribe and said, hey bro, this is done. Tell me what you think. When I clicked on play, this is what I saw.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will again. Better watch me how I get down. It's me, Shank and Beezy on the track, kicking it now.
Yes, Munamu himself, working in the studio, keeping that music dream alive. The EP he intends to drop is called Shots Fired. I've listened to 4 songs on that album, on that EP, and they are beautiful. This is 2026. And don't forget that 2005, this was the same guy who gave you this song.
Yes, you never know. Now we be them Yes, you never know.
This you did not know, right there was Timaya, another one who's got 2 whole decades plus under his belt of hard work in this music industry. Where exactly right now is Timaya? Retired? Completely out the game?
On the 22nd of August, we'll be live at the O2 Indigo. This is my first ever headline show in London. It's special to me. I can't wait to see you guys.
Very first, after 20 plus years in the industry. And guess what? Timaya too is 45 years old. Where are we headed? I'm sure you're beginning to tell. Remember I told you I was watching the World Cup and Too Short sent me that video. Well, that particular day, the commentator kept going on, of course, of the guy who turned out to be the eventual star of the tournament. Vozinha, if I pronounce that correctly, the goalie for Cape Verde was 40 years old and making history. You probably did not notice that Greg Gordon, the Scottish goalie, was 3 years older than him and still active in that same tournament at the age of 43. Before we leave the World Cup is 96 years old. 1930 was the first time the first match was ever played. Now, in the history of this World Cup, for the first time, the oldest coach of all time to win the World Cup was just done in 2026 by Luis de la Fuente, if I pronounce that correctly too, the coach for the Spanish team. The man is 60 years old. Now you please go ahead, let me lean back and listen to you give me that excuse that you have for not being on top of your game or thinking that you should retire when you have everything that it takes to keep performing. To say that your time has passed, I would like to ask you, says who? Be careful about societies like ours that puts pressure on you to lead the stage when you shouldn't, to pass the baton when you know that you still have it in you. There's a reason why Basketmouth, Okebakasi, and the likes of AY are still in the top 11 best comedians that we have in Nigeria. Almost 30 years into the business. So please, you must stay allergic to excuses and obsessed with inspiration. These things are actually easier said than done, and I can tell you that from personal experience. In fact, let me tell you a personal experience. Not too long ago, the guys from Y Niger had a top 50 all-time broadcasters that inspired the likes of Chudi announced. And this is the beautiful thing that they had to say about me.
So all the Afrobeats greats had to go on his music show. You know, it was an MBI. Normal Laws, Two-Face, I think P Square. He launched the careers of so many. He was one of the most powerful young people in Nigerian TV and Nigerian media at a time when there were less than 10 TV stations in the country. And Emmanuel Ugo was good at his job.
Now, just last week, the same organization let out about 50 names or so of people who they say are were confirmed to be the most influential people who bring value to the broadcast industry in Nigeria right now. 50 of them, or if not more. And in the entire 50, guess whose name was not there? Same Emmanuel Ugo. The list was indeed a big kick in the butt, as valid and as understanding as my limitations were. They began to sound in my ears as flimsy excuses. And I did repeat to myself the very beautiful, cherished words of this man, Jesse Jaggs, when he said, I inspired them and I'm coming right back to retire them.
Yeah, me inspire them. When me gon' clap, me the fire them.
And you can hold me on my word on that one. So, what's your story? What's your field of work? What's your dream? Did you find all of it yet? Or did you hang those gloves with any form of reluctance? You still find it hard to sleep at night because something inside you tells you that you still have more to give. Well, this right here is your wake-up call. It's time to get up and get right back on that horse. It is never too late. You can see how many people have proven already that this is exactly possible. So please get on that horse once more and ensure that you touch every single one of your dreams. And very soon, both family and friends and those who love you will be so proud to find the day when you can say with fulfillment, I have done truly my part.
And the Oscar goes to...
My mom is 84 years old, and she's at home watching. Mom, I just want an Oscar. Dreams are something you have to believe in. I almost gave up on mine. To all of you out there, please keep your dreams alive.